Welcome to the Hot Rod Hangout Podcast.
Whoop whoop.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Ashley.
And tonight it's Raw. We had a guest lined up, but unfortunately they're feeling under the weather. Couldn't make it, so you get us again.
Oh, yes.
So we meant to record an episode on Tuesdays live, and was having too much fun. I forgot to hit record. So we're just basically going to go over, the storm, go over what we did, everything like that. So I guess first thing, tell everybody is just a reminder, make sure you go check out hotrodhangout.com. We got some merch. We got shirts, we got koozies, we have a few more dad hats left. We have some flat bills left. Those haven't made it on the website, but they will probably be up in the next day or so.
Yes.
But we have shirts. Mm-hmm. We have lots of shirts.
Yes.
We have some tank tops. And for anyone that isn't following on the Facebook, we're getting pretty close to 1,000. We're going to do a giveaway, probably a shirt, a hat, and maybe a koozie giveaway.
Yep.
And for anyone that wasn't in the live, there may be a picture of me in one of the tank tops at 1,000. So y'all have to tune in. So if you haven't went to Facebook and liked it, go ahead and go over there. Give us a like. We are on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. So definitely get over there. Show some love. Y'all are killing it. We appreciate all the support. We did run into a little bit of a shipping delay due to the storm. That damn Milton.
Yeah.
Shut down the, we thought we had everything in line, and then Milton came along and shut the post office down. So, but all that stuff went out, and the last time I checked, everyone that was delayed because of the storm has their stuff now. And thank y'all for ordering. So we were out of power, so we didn't do a live or a podcast last week.
Yeah.
Because we had no power.
Nope.
Tuesday we were getting prepared for the storm, and then we lost power Wednesday night and didn't get it back till Sunday.
Yeah, it was an adventure.
So we learned some stuff. Unfortunately, since we didn't have power, we also couldn't work on the Model A. But I guess let's go through what happened in the storm. I mean, we were very, very lucky. We had no damage to our house. There was no damage at Mom and Dad's house. Realized about 4:30 in the morning, Thursday morning, that Michelangelo's door had opened.
Yeah.
So he sustained a little bit of water. But we got it dried up. And then we also realized that the generator exhaust, when we were running the generator rather, was pointed right at Michelangelo. So he had a nice damp exhaust smell.
Yep.
But
odoriferous.
We got that all figured out, cleaned up. People around us, there was some flooding. Our road got flooded. Ashley actually couldn't get out with her car. Definitely couldn't get Michelangelo out. But luckily we had the big truck, so we could get out, go check on Mom and Dad, go check on the damage around us.
Yeah.
But, we fared better than most. But was really appreciative for everybody that reached out, asked how we were doing, asked if we needed anything. Definitely appreciate everyone. So when we realized the road was flooded, I'd give Dad a call and I said, "Hey, how's that 34 running?" He said, "Oh, it's running pretty good. Why? What's up?" I said, "Well, we're supposed to go to a little garage shindig, and I can't get the 54 out unless I tow it out." And I was like, that is an option, but I was like, your truck's already on dry ground, so if you're cool with it, we'll just take we'll take your 34 and we'll go cruise over there. We'll bring it back home, and so Dad went to go clean it up Saturday morning. Yeah. He was going to clean it up, grease it up, just with the rain and the leaves and everything, Yeah. Which we're not big on cleaning stuff, so
no,
it'd have been all right. It'd have been all right with us, but he his truck is shiny, so he wanted it clean for us to ride in, which we appreciated it. But he calls me and he's like, "Hey man, that headlight was loose," and I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "It just broke off."
It's really loose now.
I was like, "Oh damn!" And he's like, "Well," I said, he's like, "I'm kind of glad that it broke here and not while y'all were driving down the road, because the wires are definitely long enough that it would have beat itself to death on the side of the road, and who knows where it would have went, into the exhaust, into the tires, who knows."
Yeah.
So he's like, "You still got that set of buckets?" I said, "Yeah, I mean, they were going on my Model A, so yeah, I still got them. Why, what's up?" He said, "Well," he said, "if you want to take the truck, I guess bring them over here and I'll buy them off of you, and we'll put these lights in," and So if you haven't seen the Facebook and the Instagram, they're both on there. He shot me a picture over on Tuesday. We posted them. Little black buckets with chrome trim rings. Went through a little bit of a nightmare with them, but we got over there Sunday morning bright and early so we could, get them together, get everything ready to go, and then their generator ran their hot water heater in their well pump. Mm-hmm. So I was like, we'll get good showers, we'll get changed, and then we'll go to the little shindig, not smelling like we haven't showered in a couple days. So we get over there and look at the buckets. I'm like, yeah, those look killer on there. So we start taking the old ones off, or what was left of the old one, mm-hmm. and I go to put the light from the old bucket in the new bucket, and it doesn't fit. So
I said nope.
so I send Ashley. I was like, well, let's run up to local auto parts store, and it was it 6022s or
6024 was what you sent, but the original was like 6018 or something like that.
6012 or 6014.
14.
So the original light that it was calling for that bucket is a 7-inch round light, sealed beam, which is a 6014. Mm-hmm. Well, the updated version of that light is a 6024.
Yes.
Same size. So I sent Ashley with the bucket that didn't fit the light and told her, I said, we'll go up there and see if they got these lights. I didn't even look at the part number to see that we actually had that light. But she calls me. She's like, it's not fitting.
Nope.
So she's like, I'm going to run up 75. I'll run into Bushnell. And there's 3 or 4 places you can check in Bushnell. So she checked that out. She calls me and she's like, hey, they still don't fit. I'm like, all right, well, guess just come home and, we'll order lights.
Yeah.
Or he'll have to order lights. And while she was on her way, I looked at the other bucket and I'm like, man, it should fit. Like, the place that sells hot rod parts out of a catalog. I called them and they're like, yep, it's that light.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay. So I got the other bucket and I grabbed a light and boom, it drops right in. And I'm like, what the hell? So by the time Ashley had made it back, we had already had one that was going back on, and had to modify the bucket that Ashley had to work because it's like a 3-slot system, and one of the slots wasn't in the right spot.
Nope.
So we made the slot a little wider and
it fit.
put the trim ring on it to cover up the modifications and sent it. So send Ashley go get a shower. She comes out. I go jump in the shower, come out. Well, because we didn't have no laundry, I just, reached in the box of merch and was like, well, I guess I'm going to get another one of our shirts. So I grab a 2X out of the box, and I thought it was a little thin. But so I unbagged it when I got, I didn't unbag it to put it in the bag that we took. I just,
Yep. Just threw the whole thing
just
in there.
threw the whole thing in, got out of the shower, and I went to pull it out. And, well, it was a 2X, all right, but it was a 2X tank top. So we ended up not being able to take the truck because we had to come back here to get a shirt.
Yeah.
But went over, had a killer time, met some new people, got rid of some more koozies and stuff like that, hung out, rode pit bikes or mini bikes around the neighborhood. It was a good time. So, that was pretty much the weekend.
Yeah.
And we come home to power.
Yep.
So that's always killer.
The boys were ecstatic.
Oh, yeah. Shoot, I was ecstatic. I was trying to figure out, Ashley works from home for anybody that hasn't been keeping up. And her job requires Wi-Fi, secured Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So we were trying to figure out whether it was an inverter to a truck and then I was like, well, I need my truck to get to work, so I can't put it, like, well, I guess you're going to run the generator for 8 hours.
Which was not ideal.
Yeah, that would have been super loud for what she was trying to do. If she had any calls or anything, that would have really cramped her style. Yeah. So we were very happy when we come home and the lights were on and AC.
Oh yes,
which we do not need AC right now. It is
nope.
The weather is nice outside.
I think it might have kicked on once after I finished cooking dinner, and that's because the stove was on.
Yeah.
But other than that, the AC has not kicked on at all.
Yeah, it was, I think the highest I seen it on the work car today was like 75, 76.
Yeah.
So.
It was probably.
I mean, it's not cold like the rest of y'all, but it was.
At 2 or 2:30, I went and I checked the thermostat, and it said it was 63 degrees in here. I was like, okay. Obviously not turning on the heat or anything, but I'm like, I'll just grab a blanket.
Yeah. So, yeah, leaving for work today, it was a little chilly.
Yeah.
But it's all good. So we did have one casualty in the storm. Mailbox.
Yeah.
It was kind of on its last leg.
It was waving at us as we left the street every time.
Yeah, it was kind of beat up. It had been shot with BBs, and it was not in the best shape.
Mm-mm.
Which we don't need prime time painted beautiful stuff. No. So it kind of fit us.
Yeah, it's grungy.
But after the storm, it was no longer on the pole.
Yeah.
It had said adios. It broke the mount.
Yep.
The pole was still good. I was like, oh, cool. I can just find a mailbox to mount on the pole. But it's a round pole, not a 4x4. So couldn't find a mailbox that mounted. So I ended up buying a whole mailbox. And we had got, for the outlets, we had bought universal little covers or whatever. Mm-hmm. Come to find out, those won't work. So we had went and argued with the guy at Lowe's that was a 41-year electrician, and he's like, "Oh, I wouldn't let that little burr stop me." I'm like, "Dude, I cut Model A's in half. Like, don't you? I'm not worried about modifications. I'm just worried. I bought 10 or 8 of them.
Yeah,
and every single one of them was messed up. And I'm like, I don't mind modifying.
But when every single one of them doesn't fit correctly,
you think you got the wrong stuff." So we bought non-universal ones that will just put them together.
Yeah.
Call it a day. But so we got that last night. So over this, we got the Model A back out in the working side of the shop. because it was tucked away and couldn't really do anything on the inside of the shop. So it's back out where we can start working on it. I got the new front frame rails done, so I just got to cut the old ones off and put the new ones on. Then do the cross members and the trans cross member again. And then we'll start tackling the floor and trans tunnel and all of that stuff. But we're at least headed in the right direction again. That build kind of stalled a little bit, especially when it come back. Just trying to figure out what the best way to accomplish what we're trying to get with.
Yeah, just had to do a little reevaluation.
Yeah, so we're going to focus on getting some power out in the shop, so we're not running an extension cord out the house window anymore, and that way I can just plug a welder in and weld. And
not have to worry about unplugging batteries to plug other things in. And
we'll be able to have a charging station for the rechargeables and stuff like that, so that'll be good. And then still have to figure out how to get lights hung, but that'll all come. But probably won't start cutting and chopping and sectioning and all that stuff till next week. So be on the lookout. I don't know how we're going to do the videos. I don't know if we'll do like a weekly update on the cars, or if we'll just do the whole finish doing the chassis and then do a post that video all together. I don't really know what we're going to do, but there'll be some content, whether it's TikToks or YouTube shorts, or, if we can lengthen it into a 10 or 15 minute video, we will.
Yeah. We'll get something out there.
But Slam Fest is canceled this weekend, which means the Roosters after party's canceled. So that kind of lets us do a little bit of stuff on Saturday, because this weekend was going to be busy.
Oh, yes. But the Roadsters, they're doing...
Yeah, they do a cruise in at Quaker Steak.
Yep.
So we may end up down there. I say we may. We will probably be there.
Now that our road's dried up, Michelangelo can get out.
Yes. So, yeah, that's in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Slam Fest would have been a
all day.
Leave in the morning.
Yeah.
And then go to Roosters, then come home, then go to the Cove on Sunday for the monthly cruise in. Maybe some changes coming for that, but right now we're just kind of seeing how it goes. But just a reminder for everybody that is coming out to the Cove, we're going to call and confirm again tomorrow, but as of the last post, they're fine. They will be open. So we will be in the grass section prior to getting into the parking lot of the Cove. There'll be a big old sign. It's bright neon orange. You cannot miss it, and it has our brand. It has our new logo on it, so cannot miss it. And my car will be sitting there, or our car will be sitting there. We're going to have limited merch. While the storm was going on, obviously we didn't have power, so we couldn't really press anything. So a lot of the stuff that we had stacked up is now gone. But Ashley's been killing it, getting koozies and more vinyl, or more transfers came today, so we'll be able to get more shirts and hats and all of that stuff. So we will have limited stuff. It's not like we would have liked to have had, but
we're getting there.
Till we can figure out how to print our own transfers, we're kind of at their beck and call. Yeah. So when they come, we can print. But if not, well, and the power outage. I mean, you can't press with no power.
And we're going to start getting a little bit ahead of the game. So, when we run out halfway through what we've got, we'll then submit the order and leave plenty of time. Yeah.
Which I think we're going to look into going a different route, because the current company starting to see more and more negatives from them. And we had, 4 or 5 that didn't come good this time. But, it's small stuff. We're learning. I mean, so we'll, like I said, we'll have some hats, some koozies, t-shirts, tank tops. Trying to get it all out.
Yep.
And then I'd probably say for our show or for Christmas, maybe we'll have some new designs, and then definitely some hoodies.
Yes.
And show shirts. Whenever we get the final graphic for that, we can start printing them. Those will be for sale at January 4th at Big Daddy Don Garlet's, our first annual show.
Oh, yes.
Super excited about that. There's a bunch of cool people coming. We have some pretty cool guests coming up that I hope some of them show up too. So it's amazing the outreach, or whatever you want to call it. The people that recognize who we are.
Yep.
I was talking to somebody today about that, and it's, I still feel like I have to, when I ask somebody or I'm talking about it, I still feel like I have to, the people we're talking to, I feel like I have to prove to them that we're worthy of talking. Mm-hmm. And really it's not that way. I mean, everybody has been so supportive, and we appreciate everybody that's come on, of course. But, Ashley reached out to a couple people, and, they wrote back saying hey, yeah, we know who you are. And it's still weird because, it's literally just, me and Ashley bullshitting about cars with people that, and when we started it, it was oh, if we, a couple people listen to it, that's cool. If we get 100 people, we're almost to 1,000 guys. And like I said, the 1,000, me and Ashley have decided, we'll do a swag bag of some sorts, a hat, a tank top, and a koozie, a hat and a shirt and a koozie, 2 shirts and a koozie, something, we'll figure it out. And that's going to be a follower thing. If I can figure out how to just download the list of everyone that follows, random generated, we'll do it on Facebook.
Yep.
Whether I have to type in every single one of y'all's names, I will. And, whoever gets drawn will win a prize, win a goodie bag. Because without y'all, we wouldn't be here. I mean, I'd still be here talking about cars, but we wouldn't have grown like we have.
Yeah.
So, really, I mean, the 54 is just, it keeps chugging along, and Model A's at least starting on the uphill now. Got a couple steps back to take, and then it'll be chugging along, and it will be at the January 4th show one way or the other. We got to figure out how to make it fit on the trailer.
Yeah.
So, to do some finagling.
Yeah.
Because she's a little thick.
Just a wee bit.
But we got it over here, so we'll get it there too. It's just...
Yeah. Just take it easy.
I mean, who knows? If I can get a couple hands, I mean, we met some people. If I can get a couple hands over here, we might be able to drive that joker there. It might not be done, but if it runs, I don't really need much.
Oh, goodness.
Get that lawnmower throttle. Voila.
Oh, cheapers.
No. And that's just little things that anyone that's built a car, kind of in depth as the Model A is, that build was floor, body. I mean, we went deep.
Yeah.
Fortunately or unfortunately, that means that whatever doesn't work out is my fault. So basically I can do what I want to do with it and, kind of put things where I want them, and it'll be cool when it's done.
Oh, yes.
So, and we're back. Sorry, guys, had to take a little break there. But, so the Shindig, what was some of your favorite cars there?
I'd have to say I did really like that one old Dodge truck. I can't remember the year of it.
It was like 70s, I think.
Somewhere in there.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah. I did like the color of it. I don't know what color it was, but the only thing I kept thinking was that it reminded me of the midnight.
The Dark Horse Mustang.
Yes.
That we seen at the auto show.
Yes.
In Philly.
Yes, that one.
Yeah, it was good paint.
And then the Woody that was there.
Yeah. That was super badass and super, I mean, it was redone, but not custom redone. It was nice. Whoever does that woodwork is amazing.
And I'm curious because they were saying that he had another one that.
Yeah, he's working on another one.
So hopefully he'll get that one out and about soon. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the Jeep.
Oh, Festies.
Yes.
Yeah. That Jeep is cool. Just, I mean, so anyone that doesn't follow Festies, it's a CJ5 body dropped on a custom chassis, air ride front and rear, and a giant piston anchor that he drug down 19 on accident.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens.
But
like he said, it was a good thing that it didn't
grab onto anything, or it would have ripped the whole bed off.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a little LS powered.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you can't forget about the creamery.
Yeah. Anthony, the detail specialist, he has a cool rat rod. If you've seen the pictures from the Made of Steel show, it was the only Model A there. And then he also co-owns or is partners in an ice cream business. They make all their own ice cream. Yeah. So he brought the ice cream van. Mm-hmm. So it's LS swapped, homemade ice cream in the back.
Oh, yes.
So
that was pretty cool. And I like the headlights of it.
Yeah.
I don't know what you would even call them. Did they change color?
It's the lights that a lot of people put them in Jeeps and stuff, but they're like rainbow and it RGB or whatever. So so he'd come in and it was doing the little, the spiral thing. That was cool.
Oh, yes. And what else was there? Of course, Knuckles had her little camper set up.
Well, it was at her house, so it better be there.
Yeah, but she had it out for display. Yeah. Oh, and then those random kids that showed up. I guess they were peeking through the fence or whatever, and Knuckles like, "Come on, come take a look."
Those roadsters were super clean.
Oh, yes.
With the palm trees and the...
Mm-hmm.
That was super clean. Tommy's son brought the 40s Dodge pickup truck with the propane flamethrowers.
And there's that the little bug there that first thought couldn't make it in the backyard.
It was a bug on air. That was real clean. And then what was Canuck from the Hellions brought out that little pickup. I think that was his buddy's, but I don't think that was his. But either way, that was a pretty cool ride.
Oh, yes.
And then you can't leave out Andrew's dad's.
Yes.
57. Whew. Yeah, it was a lot of nice cars.
Oh, yeah.
It was cool because there was no, especially when you go somewhere, with people that you've never met. We hadn't met a couple of those guys, and everyone was real, responsive, wanted to talk. And it's just about, getting out and enjoying your car and letting other people enjoy it as well.
Yep.
Just kind of, what we strive to do. We always say about the gas stations, and, that was one thing we didn't say about the trip up to Jacksonville. We had all pulled in, got gas, and they didn't have their bathrooms open, so we went to the next gas station like 2 blocks away, and both cars parked there, and I don't know how many people drove by just to take a picture and leave the parking lot. And Tommy, of course. It's always a party when he's around.
Oh, yeah. But it was the sense of just community, because it wasn't just a certain type. It wasn't a certain crowd, because you had the Jeep where it was more rugged, and then you had the shiny, and you had younger, older. There were a few kids there.
Yeah, Anthony brought his kids.
Yeah. So it was a good time. And then, of course, they had their pups.
Yeah.
Had their pups running around.
Definitely a good time.
Oh, yes.
Well,
for sure.
Go ahead and run through the dates.
All right. Well, this coming weekend, changed plans a little bit. Friday is the Third Friday Cruising in downtown Inverness. Then Slam Fest is canceled / postponed / not happening this weekend. On Sunday is our monthly hangout at the Cove in Inverness. Then the following weekend, on the 26th, is Florida Drag Strip Riot Drag Racing Car Show at Orlando Speed World Dragway. And in November, on November 17th, we have the Cruise In at the Cove in Inverness. The 23rd and 24th is Field of Dreams Car Show at Florida Classic Park in Brooksville. And, of course, last but not least, November 28th through December 1st, Turkey Rod Run at Daytona International Speedway. And, of course, you got to start the year off right. January 4th is the Hangout at Don Garlett's Museum of Drag Racing. All vehicles are welcome. There's going to be podcasts, sponsor car club picks, food and merch vendors, raffles. There's also going to be a 50-50 for the Rhineland Strong Network. You can pre-register at hotrodhangout.com and only at hotrodhangout.com. And pre-registered vehicles will be receiving a gift bag with goodies and merch inside.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
We'll update. We're going to start doing a little bit better with keeping the website updated on shows that we're definitely going to be at, and trying to update the Facebook if we're going to go just randomly to a show or something.
Yeah.
We definitely look forward. There's a lot of people that said they're going to Turkey. If you don't catch up with us, shoot us a message. We'll tell you where we're going to be. But we'll definitely be at, we're parking with Florida Rats and Rods. The 54 will be there. And then we will be at the Bad Apple show. Mm-hmm. Other than that, we're just going to be hanging out, cruising around. Definitely would love to meet all of y'all. We will have merch. But come up, say hey. We'll bullshit about cars. I mean, that's kind of what it's all about. And shoot, if it's make a connection, and who knows, maybe you could be the next guest on the podcast.
Oh yeah.
But till next time, guys, get out. Check out BP Customs on Facebook. His bed builds coming along, I guess.
Yeah.
And they got a little bit more time for Slamfest, so
Yes.
who knows what those trucks will look like by then.
And be sure to check out Throttle Addict using the code word HOTROD. You guys save 15% off.
Go show Johnny Jalopy some love on Facebook, YouTube, JohnnyJalopy.com. Killer hot rod art.
Oh, yes. And go check out The Cove either on Facebook or thecovepubandgrub.com for directions, menu, and campsite and lodging reservations.
Make sure you go check out Low Income Clothing and Low Income Photo on Facebook and Instagram. And thank you again, Kelly, for all your support.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you. And Rat Rod's Woodfire Pizza. Check them out on Facebook or ratrodwoodfirepizza.com for their menu and to book an event.
And we are still looking to add to this list. We are in the works of a couple more sponsors coming on board soon. And we're also still looking for at least 2 more food trucks for the January 4th show. If you know somebody that's got some killer food, tell them to get with us.
Yes.
Looking forward to seeing everybody January 4th. Looking forward to seeing y'all at some of these shows. Anything else you'd like to say before we get out of here, Beb?
Other than thank y'all. And we're so excited to be so close to 1,000.
Yes, thank you guys. Y'all rock. And it looks like y'all need to start tuning in on Tuesday Lives, because this Tuesday Live was a blast.
Yes, it was.
So make sure y'all tune in next Tuesday for the Tuesday Live. And then, like I said, man, we got some guests coming up. Just trying to figure out scheduling and stuff like that. It's exciting. And if you want to come bullshit about cars on the podcast, get with us.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. Till next time, get out, drive your shit.
See ya.
Later.